What's up, everybody? Welcome to Authentic Podcast. I am here. I'm your host. This is New Zealand's number one podcast. I'm joining me today is one of our most favorite featured and special guests. Get the red carpet out for none other than Langi Tuifua joining us today. How's it going, brother?
Dude, it's going great, man. How are you doing?
Doing good, doing good. It's good to have that $1 million smile on with us today.
Too nice. You're too nice to me, man.
Awesome, man.
Oh,
I guess we'll go ahead. We'll go right into it. Just you can just go ahead and introduce yourself. Just give us your name, where you're from, your relationship status, and then also your favorite thing to do when you're not acting or you're not doing other various things.
yeah. What's up, everybody? My name is Langi Tuifua. I'm from right here in South Jordan, Utah. Uh, I know a lot of the authentic podcast viewers there in New Zealand, right?
Yes, sir.
Crazy. I'm across the nation from you guys. But yeah. Let's see. My relationship status, like if I'm dating anyone,
Yeah, yeah,
is
yeah.
that what you mean? Yeah. I'm dating someone. I don't know if she's comfortable with me saying her name, but
That's
her
fine.
name is
That's fine.
Maddie.
You don't have to.
Yeah, her name is Maddie. She goes to Utah State, and she's super cute. It's the first girl I've loved in a long time, and
Oh,
it's awesome.
there you
So
go, guys. You gotta get some tips. You gotta get some tips from this man right here.
I'll get you guys some tips. But yeah, there's that. And then my favorite thing to do right now, like just to relax, is just to play games with the boys. So
Have
hopefully
to.
Brandon can jump in on that pretty soon here.
Well, bro, you know what? We're probably gonna squad up later on after this.
Yes, sir.
Awesome, man. Yeah, bro. Just a little bit of background, guys. If you don't know, so Langi is a big deal, guys. Just want to let you guys know, right? It's a good inspiration, especially in the Polynesian community. Even though he's all the way from Utah, he has some good insights and just the things that he's been doing. I feel it would be great to share, with especially with people here in New Zealand. Um, I guess a lot of people really don't know your story. You were a four-star recruit, right, from Bingham. Went to BYU. One of the most promising players on the defensive side for BYU, right? And then you had a life-changing injury, but also a great decision that really altered your path. And I guess that's what we really wanted to focus on this first question, right? So making that life-changing process, like talk to us about that process and that thought process, and also your feelings that you thought throughout that,
Hmm.
because it's not really easy, especially here in New Zealand. Like rugby is everything, sports is everything here, and a lot
Hmm.
of us really don't see arts as another way out. Like we usually just go towards a different type of uh, career, like either construction or mainly that's the main one, but we only see that side, like like athletes, going playing sports, and that's the way to make it, right?
Yeah, so yeah, I was at BYU, um, and my freshman year, I was just balling out in fall camp, having a good time. And right before the season starts, like the week before our first game against Portland State at the time, I just had a big stinger go down my left arm. It was during one-on-ones. I had a stinger. Went down, hit the lineman, and my whole left arm just went numb. And that was really the first instance of that injury that I had. And the doctors came in. We got an X-ray, saw nothing was wrong with the X-ray, and then we tried to come back again halfway through the season. Got and same thing happened again. Left arm stinger, whole thing went numb. And after that, they just took me out, didn't have me playing the rest of the season. And that's kind of like um, where I kind of felt like things were kind of changing in my life when when all like when football is like your entire life, and you are you are just taken out. Like you cannot play. You just have to watch from the sidelines. And from that point, like I just kind of like started thinking, I was like, man, like, am I gonna be able to like make this? Is this going to be like, can I continue? Is like
Yeah.
what I was asking. And after that, we got a we got an MRI. Found out that there was a herniated disc, C4, C5, C6 level, and that was heartbreaking news.
Dang.
It was heartbreaking news for me, because just a kid playing football.
Yeah.
You just want to play football your whole life, and in the Polynesian culture, it is ingrained in our bodies and in our minds
Bro,
to
definitely, bro.
like, yeah, league or nothing, basically. And that was heartbreaking for me. So I try my decision was to get the surgery and to see if we could come back. And if I ever felt something hurting again, then I just tried, like, all right, we'll call it there.
Mm.
That's just God trying to say something.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so I tried to come back again after my surgery, recovered and everything, and then got injured. Like I felt numbness coming down my back when I was hitting those freaking 300-pound linemen. And so that's when I decided that I would call it. And yeah, and then at that point I had a 3 more years of scholarship left, and I had done a little bit of film, and I've done one little, you know how everyone does is those
Yeah.
little plays back in like elementary school. And I just asked my academic advisor. I was like, hey, I've done a little bit of film. I was like, there's some things we can do in that route? And he's like, yeah, we can go. We put you in this little theater history class. And in that history class, you have to watch the plays at BYU. And the first musical I watched was Wonderland.
Hey.
And let me tell you, Brandon, have you ever seen one of the BYU plays, man?
No, I haven't. I
You ever
haven't.
seen one of them? Dude, they'll change your life, man. Once you see them, I think anyone who watches those plays, like they'll inspire you. And I was inspired by my classmates, and that's really what made me want into acting. So I got into a few acting classes at BYU, and I just saw the upperclassmen and how good they were at
Yeah.
acting. And I was like, man, I want to be as good as these kids one day. And I sucked at first, really sucked at first, but it's getting better. I'm taking 18 credits at BYU right now, so
Oh
we'll
my.
see
Let's go.
if I can get any better. But yeah, that was like my little transfer
Bro,
from
that's mean.
football
And
to
a lot of people like, acting, for those who don't know, like acting is actually, I remember we talked about it a bit when I was in Utah, but acting is kind of challenging, right? Like just being able to create emotion. I remember this one thing that you said like it's just a skill to try and create emotion and go with that emotion and be in the moment. And then and
Mhm.
it's not just something you can, I guess for some people talented like you guys, something that you guys can do right on the spot. But yeah, I've done on some skits like during other occasions, and it's kind of hard. So big prop ups to you.
Mhm. Oh man. Yeah. Um my favorite quote so far, it's just it's called "Ordinary People Living in Imaginary Circumstances."
Mm,
So it's basically just being yourself under these crazy circumstances. And I feel like that's what has been the most helpful thing for me so far.
I like that. I like that. That's some words of wisdom right there. All right, man. Yeah. And then also as well, like, with the success going on with your acting, like you're also in that film, the Lifetime, the Christmas edition, correct?
Yes.
You played the
Yeah.
played Teddy. Is that the Teddy?
Yeah, I played Teddy.
How was that
Oh
experience for
man.
you, bro? Like, just like being that step, jumping into that step of actually, I'm here, I'm acting, I'm in this film. Like, this is my route now.
Yeah, yeah, man. It was a great experience, man. Like I had a casting director reach out to me, and she's like, "Oh, hey, they're looking for some Polynesians for this film." and I just auditioned for it. And I was like, because in this industry, you just gotta you either audition or you don't, and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
no matter what, you get the part or not. And so I just like I sent it in, man. And like when I found out I got the part, dude, I was like, what the frick, man? Like this is like real stuff, man. Like this is big. Like people will start like taking me seriously now as an
yeah.
actor because this is actually what I want to be doing and everything. And dude, it was honestly a surreal experience, and I learned a lot from all the people on those sets. Like they've all been acting for like 30 plus years, and I was just like, what? I've been acting for 2 years. What the frick? But no, it was a great experience nonetheless, man.
Bro, that's so cool. That's a inspiration, bro. Big inspiration for us. Speaking of inspirations, I remember I was going through. You had an interview with, I guess, Vocal Media, right, about the film, and you mentioned Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, and then also Jason Momoa, and you're like picturing in your mind, like, oh man, I wonder what it would be like to be in films like them. Would you say that those two are some of your inspirations in within acting?
Mhm. Yeah, I'd say those two are like I feel like they're the biggest inspirations for a lot of Polynesian actors
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they're just huge in the industry. Um, yeah, I when I everyone always compares me to The Rock, and I'm like, dude, I'm not even close to it, man. He's a baller, bro. But
Not the
the
rock, bro.
thing, yeah,
The pebble. Not yet.
yeah,
Almost,
I'm the little
almost
pebble on
there.
the side. I like. Yeah. He
Getting
likes
there.
he likes to curl me when he's working out and everything.
You have to start from a pebble and then you become a rock. And then
Yeah, yeah. No, I do love them. I do love them, and I do believe that they've pioneered Polynesians in acting, and I love them for that. But I feel like us as Polynesians, we could do more. Like we can do because you
bro,
you see The Rock
facts,
and
bro,
Jason
facts.
Momoa in kind of like the same roles over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But I feel like and Taika Waititi is doing this as well.
Mhm.
He's breaking us out of into many different roles, and that's what I feel like that we can do is that we can play any role. Really, we can play any role and any situation. So yeah.
Bro, I 100% agree, bro. Like, if you think about it, like, yeah, I totally agree with your point because we do have a lot of potential and we can do more. I guess it just depends on our own limits and what are we willing to do to achieve those dreams. And
Mhm.
such a big impact on like because they have a huge major impact, especially on the Polynesian culture. Especially being an actor, um, and within the community and being from the Polynesian roots. I guess moving on. Um, we talked about a little bit about career. Where do you see? What would you say your vision for your career is, and where do you want to see yourself? Like, is it at the epitome where they are, or do you see yourself, branching off to like different routes as well?
Yeah. Yeah. So I right now, like my main inspiration, I've added Taika Waititi to those to up there with The Rock and Jason Momoa. Because Taika, he puts us in those roles, and he's not only an actor, but he's because he started off acting, and he didn't do anything until he was like I think 27 when he wrote his
Mm,
first short film,
yeah.
and that's kind of like the direction I've kind of been taking as I've been in school. Like this last summer, I just wrote like my first short film,
Mm,
and I feel like writing your own stuff and creating your own stuff allows you to be more flexible in roles, and it allows you to show yourself doing stuff first of all. And so I definitely would see myself more as like a Taika Waititi, writing things and directing things and acting in things. And I'm fine with all three, honestly. I
yeah.
love I love all three of them so far. So yeah.
Yeah, and that's super cool because like if you think about it, when like most actors like, if they're not acting, they're basically directing or producing. They're doing their own stuff, and that's super cool. And I know it's gonna go well, bro. And then also an inspiration to have with Taika as well because yeah, yeah, like, you're right. He's done a lot of great things. And that inspiration, goes towards many. Um, let's see, and then let's moving on to our next question. Has there ever been? I guess we pretty much touched on this, but has there ever been like a major setback or failure in your life that you've been most grateful for?
Oh man. There has been a lot of failures so far. Um I would like to say like my biggest failure in a sense was my first audition. Um it was an audition for one of BYU's short films. I just came in and I completely botched it. I had no idea what I was doing. And I just came in and I was just reading lines and like I had no idea what was going on because I was still in my first acting class.
Yeah,
But um but I feel like that's the best way to learn is to just throw yourself into the fire and throw yourself into the flame, because if you don't do that, then like how are you going to learn how to like come in and like talk to the producer? It's like, oh, now I know you're not supposed to shake the director's hand. Like you're supposed to just like come in, say what's up, my
yeah,
name is
yeah.
so and so, and do your audition. Like you don't shake hands, you don't do this, you don't do that. And like those are just like little things that you pick up from
Hmm.
failing left and right. And like it's never a failure. It's just like a it's just little learning experiences that you pick up and you take with you on your
And
journey.
yeah, that's 100%. 100%. I feel like
Mhm.
I feel like most of us feel like we need to be perfect, like especially at a specific moment in our lives, right? And then they're like, I mean, even that, if not that, we're afraid to fail. And I feel like just having those moments of failure, those small little things that we learn, that's what that's what helps us to progress and become the better version of ourselves, right? The only way
Mhm.
for us to move forward and to do the best that we can, or I guess the secret to success is to fail, right? The more we fail, the more we learn from our mistakes and we become successful to the point where we want to be. I like that,
Mhm.
man. Bro, words of wisdom
Yeah.
from Langi, guys. Oh, bro, these thoughts. if if there if you could give yourself a piece of if you could give yourself a piece of advice, what would it be?
Oh man. Ah, shoot. I would just say just be just be super humble and willing to learn. Cuz and like it goes back to like not like failing and everything. Just be humble and willing to learn. It's
I
going to
like
take a
that.
lot of time. It's going to take a lot of effort. But like if you just are humble and you are like willing to learn from all these people, you have all these different people like giving you little bits and pieces of information that you can take with you. Just be willing to learn and just watch what other people do and watch how they act around others, and you kind of get a feel for how you should be doing things.
I like that, guys. Yeah, I hope everyone hears that. Be humble, be growing. I remember, when I was serving my LDS church mission in Sacramento. One of my companions at the time, he told me, he said, if you're green, you're growing. If you're ripe, you're rotten. So like
Hmm.
he'd always say, stay green. So like that's a,
Hmm.
a great mindset. When we stay green, we're growing towards our potential. Man, perfect. Lungy man, these little balls of knowledge is dropping.
No, thank you, Brandon. You're a
um,
freaking beast, man.
nah, man, nah. I guess going to move on to our last question. What does authentic mean to you?
Oh man. Uh, I would say just seeing people how as they are and seeing their potential and what they could be, seeing the good in everyone.
I like that.
Hmm.
That's amazing, bro. We're so grateful to have Langi Tuifua with us on today's authentic podcast, guys. I'll put the link in the description to below for his for all of his social media. I'll put it also his YouTube channel. Make sure you guys give him a like and follow and subscribe, as well, and also be the lookout for Langi Tuifua and his next. Oh, actually, can we expect you in any new films coming up?
Um, yes, I think I'm allowed to talk about it. It's a Utah film. His name is Landon Caston. He's producing it. It's called The
Nice.
Campfire Tales. So I'll be in that. I'm not sure when it's coming out, but we're filming in October.
Let's
So
go.
that one will be super fun. You guys can all watch that one. I'm sure Landon will love me for promoting the film like this. So,
Yes, sir. Especially in
but
New Zealand, you know.
yes, you guys are more than welcome to watch it out there.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining us today, Langi. And guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below. Your thoughts, and also we'll see you guys next time. All right, thanks, guys.
Shoots.